a village of a little over 2,000 inhabitants in Ituri, in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo. People here are short of food because of the deadly fighting between warring militias in the area. Getting to the fields is dangerous, crops are looted, and food aid doesn't make it this far. Marianne Kpapi is in mourning. Her 3-year-old son died on the 22nd of June of malnutrition and malaria.
My child was sick. I went to the medical center because he was getting worse. The nurse did what he could, but there was no medicine. My child died. I can't sleep. He could have lived if only there had been medicine.
In the heart of a war zone, the village's medical center has no doctor, and in terms of medicines, only the bare minimum. Raymond Mbuchu, the community nurse, is alone with these feeble resources.
We've got iron, vitamins, amoxicillin. That's all the pills we've got. Given the number of patients, it's really not enough.
Before, the NGO Action Against Hunger ran this center here, providing life-saving medical assistance. But it closed down in February, along with 7 others in the area, when USAID stopped funding the organization. Within just over a month, 29 children in the district died of malnutrition and illness.
We've never had such a high death rate. It was catastrophic. These are deaths that we could have avoided if funding had been maintained and we continued our activities.
Across the country, more than 12,000 children have died this year for want of medical treatment. At Action Against Hunger's Paris headquarters, they're trying to work out how to cope with a 30% reduction in funding.
We're going to have to move towards more autonomous organization.
For the NGO, which has existed for over 40 years and operates in around 50 countries, this crisis is unprecedented, and prioritizing needs is an unnatural challenge.
We feel like we're really having to make inhuman and unethical choices. Which of the people we help will take priority, which zone will take priority, which type of action will take priority. When Action Against Hunger for a long time has been about more than just distributing food aid as a response to malnutrition and hunger in the world. It's about providing healthcare. It's about ensuring follow-up. It's about guaranteeing people's rights to food. If we don't support Action Against Malnutrition, there'll be a cost to this inaction, which will be reflected in the GDP of these countries and affect generations to come. All this will create poverty and vulnerability at the global level.
Solidarité Internationale, another French charity, has the same concerns.
Bonjour. So can you give us the news from Yemen, Afghanistan, Mozambique and other countries where the US's actions have had a big impact?
In Mozambique, we've got a closure in Mocimboa, big cutbacks in Mueda. There's a major risk at the moment of having to make choices that aren't really choices, and of having huge numbers of people left out, whether because these are crises that get less media attention or zones that get less media attention.
In Yemen, due to the war, an estimated 10 million people's survival is in jeopardy.
This was an emergency intervention. These are developed areas, but they do not have access to good drinking water. So we start by installing these things called bladders, which are giant plastic sacks that can be filled from water trucks, and give people access to water via these little taps.
In a deep humanitarian crisis after 11 years of war, Yemen today has only 10% of its needs covered.
We're talking about hyper-prioritization. That means the aim is to help those who may die within days, weeks, or months if they don't get this aid. So we leave out a terrifying number of people who have extremely difficult living conditions and who, if they don't get help, may soon be among those in need of it for their immediate survival.
Meanwhile, Zoe, who's 28, is about to lose her job in the NGO's internal audit department.
I love this organization. It's where my career started. But we have no choice. We do have time to prepare because we know that this is an economic redundancy program, which means it will take several months. What's more worrying is the context, because all NGOs are affected.
In the wake of the United States decision, some 10 European countries have made cuts in their aid budgets, totaling $40 to $60 billion. France cut its spending by 39% compared to last year. A graduate in international humanitarian law, Zoe remains hopeful.
I want to keep working in this area because it's what I want to do and I think it's essential. But I don't know if that's going to be possible, so I'll try to adapt. But that's also how it goes with humanitarian work. When you lose a budget, you find funding elsewhere or make do with what you have. It's always about adapting and not giving up.
Humanitarian NGOs are now counting more than ever on donations in order to continue their activities at the heart of the world's conflicts and crises.